How would you like to learn a powerful Sudoku strategy, one that unlocks hard Sudokus like this? Click below if you want to give this puzzle a go, and with that, it's solving time. All right, let's look where the ones can go in this puzzle. You see these two ones here in columns 3 and 1, and a 1 right there. Only place for a 1 in block 4 is right here. Greetings, friend. The original inspiration for this Julian lock puzzle was a puzzle by Sudoku that I featured. It had multiple X-Wings. In this version, I'll show you a strategy that's even more powerful than X-Wings. First, though, you need to see how far you can solve before getting stuck. Let's continue on with these ones. With these two ones in rows 4 and 6, there's only two places to put a 1 in block 6. So I just did Snyder notation. You just want to mark anytime in a 3x3 block, there's only two possibilities for a candidate. It helps you find these restrictions. And then with this one and the 1 in block 7, we can put Snyder ones in block 8. Move on to the 2s. And there's only one place we can make some marks with the 2s. It's right there in block 1. If you move on to the 3s, we have something kind of cool going on here. Look at this cell right here. What can it be? Well, it can't be a 1 or a 2. It can't be a 4 or 5, 6, 7, 8, or a 9. This is actually a naked single 3. It's the only thing that will go there. And it's a 3 in the corner. Dun, dun, dun. And so you can mark that, and then you notice across row 5 now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have a 6, 7, 8 right here. This is another easy solve of a 9. And then we can put a 6, 7, 8 naked triple going across row 1. What else can we do with the 3s now? You might see that in block 6, there's only two places for a 3, so we'll mark that. And then in block 8, because of these two 3s, Snyder 3s right there. So we're doing a lot of marking, and we're going to get to that powerful strategy. We're going to need some marking to find it, because it's something that is so powerful. It replaces other strategies, but you got to be able to find it to be able to use it first. Let's check out the 4s. These 4s and this 4, you might have noticed at the beginning of the puzzle, you could solve for 4 right there. And then with these 6s, you can actually solve for a 6 right here, which leaves you with a nice 2-8 naked pair. All right, continue on with the 4s. With this 4 and these two 4s. Got Snyder 4s in block 7. And then in block 3 with these two 4s, Snyder 4s right here. And if you look down now with these two 4s in rows 1 and 4, yeah, Snyder 4s right there. So it's a little bonus tip. You see how the 1s and 4s are on top of each other? That is a hidden pair. Nothing else can be in those two cells, because if you try to put something else in these two cells, you have no other place to put a 1 and 4 in block 6. And this is going to give you quite a bit of restriction here along row 5 and within block 6. I'll show you, because now you have this 1, 4 here, 6, 7, 8. You just need a 2, 3, 5, and a 9. Well, you might notice that the 2, 5, and 9 all look at this cell. So that can only be a 3. And then with this 5 coming down here, you can solve that for a 5. With this 2, you can solve this for a 2. And our last digit there is going to be a 6. Awesome. And I cover hidden pairs along with the other most popular strategies that you'll find in Sudoku in my Sudoku solving guide. You can download absolutely for free from the pinned comment below. But you'll notice here across row 6, there's only one candidate missing. We don't have a 6 in there. So we can mark and solve that cell for a 6. And then because of these 2s, you can now solve and disambiguate the 8 and 2 in block 5. Which is going to leave you with a nice 5, 8 naked pair here in block 4 across row 5, and then a 7, 9 naked pair right there. I am going to mark these 5 value cells, I also call them BVCs, because you'll need them for that powerful strategy that's going to be coming up here. And again, we're still moving on. We're not quite stuck yet, so we can keep on trying to do solves here. All right, we check out nothing else we can do with the 4s. Let's move on to the 5s. With the 5s, you have Snyder 5s in block 3. And then with these two 5s and this 5, you actually solve for a 5 in block 9, which will give you Snyder 5s in block 7. Okay, and then we'll look on with the 6s. you might see that you have 2 places for 6 in block 2. And then we have over here in block 7, because of this 6 and this 6, Snyder 6 is right here. And then block 9 with these 6s, Snyder 6s right there. All right, how about the 7s? Our solving starting to dry up just a little bit. All right, you might notice with this 7 and this 7, you got Snyder 7s in block 2, and that's all we can do there. And the 8s, something interesting going on here. You might think you can't do much solving here, but if you look at this cell right here, there's something going on. And the way you'd find this is you look for what I call a heavy house. You're going to look for Sudoku row, column, or block that's got 5 or more candidates in it. In this case, you have a 2, 3, 4, 6, 7 in column 6. And so all we need is a 1, 5, 8, and 9. Well, you have the 1, 5, and 9 right there. They all see this cell, which means they can't be in that cell. And so you can solve it for the last remaining digit, which is going to be an 8. And then with this 8, you have Snyder 8s right there. With these 2 8s, you have Snyder 8s here in block 3. And then with these 2 8s, Snyder 8s in block 7. And we have something else really cool going on. I hope maybe you see this pattern. Because this 8 right here, this can no longer be an 8. And so now the 8s are restricted to columns 1 and 2. And also in row 1 up there in block 1. Okay, so 8s can't be anywhere else in block 1 and nowhere else in row 1. Well, you'll notice that the 8s in block 7 are also restricted to columns 1 and 2. And so an 8's going to be here and here, or it's going to be here and here. So what does this mean to you? It means that since the 8s are restricted to those 4 cells in blocks 1 and 7, the only place an 8 can be in column 3 is in block 4. And this is the only place an 8 can go. That's a hidden single 8. You can solve this for an 8. Solve that for a 5. Some people call this a mini X-wing. When you find that, usually you can create a little bit more solving with it. Awesome. And then after finding that nice mini X-wing, we can now go to the 9s. What can we do with the 9s? Well, you'll see that with this 9 and this 9, the 9s are restricted to row 8 there in block 8. So they're actually a pointing pair. Since the 9s are in the same row in the block, they can't be anywhere else outside the block. You can't put a 9 here or here. Otherwise, nothing to put in block A as far as 9s go. So that leaves the 9s restricted to these 2 cells. And you'll see we have another hidden pair. The 8 and 9 on top of each other. You see Snyder on top of each other. Just put that hidden pair right there. That'll leave you just a 1, 2 naked pair along row 9. Okay, after we fill that out, and again, I'm trying to get as many BVCs on the board as possible. The technique here, we went through all the digits. We did make some solves. You want to go back through and see if there's anything easy we missed before we move on to more advanced strategies to include that powerful strategy that will solve this puzzle where others failed. So let's look here in column 9. Where can a 2 go? Well, it can't go here because of this 2. Can't go there because of that 2, or this 2. So this has to be a 2. And so now you have a nice 1, 4 naked pair in column 9. All right? And then with this 2, you can displace that Snyder 2 and solve this cell now for a 2. And then that's going to restrict the 2s because of these 2s in block 8. And then with these 2s, restrict the 2s in block 9. All right. Another thing you might see is you have a 3, 6 here in column 8, a 3, 6 here in column 9. So where can the 3 and the 6 go in block 9? Have to be here in column 7. So the 3s are restricted there. You got another hidden pair 3, 6, which is going to leave this just to be a 1, 2, or 4. You already have a 1 in the row, so that's just going to be a 2, 4. Awesome that you find that. You want to be able to mark it. Okay, after doing that nice hidden pair, we can restrict the 1s to these 2 cells in block 9. And this is probably the part where you got stuck. All right, you have to get advanced, at least one advanced strategy to move forward from this spot. And remember that Julian created this puzzle inspired by a puzzle that had a lot of X-wings. And at this part, when you get stuck, you either can start looking for single candidate strategies or you can start looking for those buy value strategies, because now you want to look for something a little bit more advanced. Since the original puzzle had X-Wings, I'm kind of curious, are there any X-Wings in this puzzle? The way to find that is you would click on and mark all the spots where a particular cannon can be. So we're going to click on all the ones here, and you'll see that ones can be here, there, these two spots, and those spots right there. All right, remove the ones. And what you may notice, if you look, is in column 5 and in column 8, the ones are restricted to the same 2 rows, restricted to rows 3 and 9. So if you have a 1 right here, then you'd have to have a 1 right there, right? Because this can't be a 1 and that can't be a 1. If you don't have a 1 right here, it's got to be here, and it'll put a 1 right there. And so this is how the X-Wing is formed. The base sets are columns 5 and 8. That's where you have the restrictions of just 2 cannons. The cover sets are rows 3 and 9, and those are where you can make the eliminations. You cannot put a 1 in any of these blue cells across rows 3 and 9. Because if you put a 1 right here, and hopefully you'll see this pretty quickly, if I put a 1 right there, you're going to eliminate 1s from these 2 cells. And then what you'll see is you only place to put a 1 in column 5 and 8 would be in row 9, which will break the puzzle. We don't want that. So we can't put a 1 there, and we can't put a 1 right there. So we can eliminate those colors, which is going to restrict our 1s to right here and here. This is beautiful. And before I move on and show you the more powerful strategy, it's even more powerful what I just showed you here that gets set up by this X-Wing. I do want to hear from you. When did you see this X-Wing in the puzzle? Because it actually was there at the very beginning. You could have solved this X-Wing. Did you see it just then? Not at all, or right at the beginning? Drop in the comments. Help me build the best Sudoku community on YouTube. I respond to each and every one. Share these tips. Help everyone get better at Sudoku. All right, because what this does is it's going to help us with the next step, which is building that advanced strategy. Because you really can't do much more solving yet until you find this. Okay, and what we want to do is we want to notice here in column 6, you know, it's that heavy house. You just have a 159. So we're going to mark the 159. This can't be the 5 because the 5s are restricted in these 2 cells here. Okay, you'll notice here in block 3 we have a 1, 4, 8. But these are all BVCs. You know, that's going to be a 1, 4. And now this can't be a 1 anymore because of that X-Wing. All right? And then this can't be a 4 because of 4 in a row. And just like that, this can't be a 1 anymore either. So you create another buy value cell. And then if you look right here at this cell, you might notice you have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and a 7. This is just an 8, 9. Okay, so we create a lot of buy value cells. Can we connect them together to make some eliminations? In fact, if we can eliminate one of these candidates from this cell right here, we can create some more solving, because otherwise you're going to be stuck. It's hard to find another strategy around what I'm about to show you. And this one's powerful. It's so powerful, it's better than an XY wing. It's better than a remote pair. In fact, those are subsets of what I'm about to show you. Sometimes skyscrapers, W-wings, they will be this strategy as well. But this strategy solves where those cannot. And that's what I'm about to show you. If you start right here in this cell, it can either be a 9 or an 8. So it's a conjugate pair. Either has to be a 9 or has to be an 8. So if it's not a 9, that's going to be an 8, which would make this a 4, which would make this a 1, make this a 2, make this a 1, and then this cell right here is going to be a 9. So either this cell's a 9. If it's not a 9, this cell has to be a 9, following this chain of blue cells I just showed you. This is called a Sudoku XY chain. And it's beautiful. So either this is a 9, right? This is a 9, and that can't be a 9, or this cell can't be a 9. And if it's not a 9, the only other option, because it's a conjugate pair, is 8, 4, 1, 2, 1, 9. So you see how the 9 has to be in one of these orange cells? So with this XY chain, you can eliminate a 9 from any cell that sees both these orange cells. So this can no longer be a 9, And the 9s cannot be here anymore either. So we're going to be able to make some amazing solving. And just like I told you, this is a super powerful strategy because it takes the place of other strategies like X, Y wings and remote pairs. But then it does what those strategies cannot do. And I just showed you that. So let's remove some of this coloring and see where can we go from here. Are we going to get stuck again? Put the 5 right there. That's going to make this a 1, which now you can solve this for an 8, a 4, and a 1. All right. And a 1 and a 4 right there. Okay, with this 1, that's a 2, that's a 4, that's a 1. Looking good. With this 2, that's going to be a 1, that's going to be a 2. This has to be a 9. It cannibalizes itself by eliminating all those other 9s, for this now has to be your 9. And then you're looking at up here with this 8, you can displace that Snyder 8. You want to eliminate as many of these marks as possible. And now we can solve that for an 8. Awesome. And now we're going to do some more solving here. You just have 6 and 7 because of this 7. That's got to be a 7. That's got to be a 6. And now this is going to be your 9. Okay. And then with these two 9s, this is going to be a 9, disambiguating the 7, 9 right there. Looking good. And then with this 9, you know, you got an 8, 9 right here. Awesome. And now, where else can we go with this? With this 7, those can't be 7s. And then you might notice with this 8 now, this is going to be your 6, and that's going to be your 8. Awesome. And we can displace the Snyder 6 right here and solve this for a 6. So we are making some progress here, because that's going to be a 3, and that's going to be a 6. This 3 is going to displace that Snyder 3. So here's a 3. Finish up the block with a 7. Looking good. And then with these two 7s, that has to be a 7 right there, displacing that Snyder 5, and the 4 has to go right there. So we look up, I see 2 places, 7's right there. The only place for 7 up in block 1's got to be right here, and our last digit is a 5. Now, see if you can spot the XY chain in this next video. Thank you so much for watching.